I was out shooting on a property and I came across a deer and shot it. Went up to it, throated it, ringed it, opened up the paunch. All we could see was just estimating about 50 different growths within the intestines and stomach in that area. After 50 years of hunting, I had never encountered this before. Both of us were repulsed by the sight of it, and we didn't want to take it to our families and our friends to eat the meat. But to carry on from that, do you just kick it under a gorse bush and walk away? Or is there something else we should be doing?
Leave any carcasses that you think may be diseased on site. Call the 800 number and we'll come out, investigate and take samples, and we'll dispose of the carcass.
Don't be afraid to contact OSPRI or tell the farmer for a start anyway, and then we can get the ball rolling with nailing down what it is.
The main thing to remember is that we're actually dealing with a disease that humans can catch. It is TB, or a form of TB, and we can catch it, and it is detrimental to our health. So therefore, we want to make sure it's not spread around from one area to the next. Where it is, we want to try and contain it so we can deal with it and get rid of it in those areas.
The expectation is to leave the guts where they are, and obviously even if you have done a thorough investigation of the carcass and the guts, you don't know 100% that there's no TB in it.
There's always that chance that that animal could be infected. Everything that we can leave behind on the place where you've been hunting is left behind. If you're going to take anything away, we want it disposed in an offal pit, we want it buried, or we want it taken to a rubbish dump where it will be covered and there's no risk of it being spread. The last thing we want to see is them being disposed on the roadside or in a gully or something like that.
The disposal of a pig's head from one property that you caught it on to another property that you choose to drop it on can cause the spread of the infection of TB.
So if we ended up getting TB and because for some reason it was a strain from outside of our area, going by history, potentially could have been a hunter that's brought it in, whether they've dumped guts from another region. Would seriously consider not letting hunters back on. So the private guys are probably the most at risk, which is, I know that sounds a bit rough, but it's just the hard line of farming, which is a business at the end of the day. Getting TB free is pretty hard to get enthusiastic about if you're not actively farming, but like, we're not going to get rid of the deer, we're not going to get rid of the pigs. We're trying to keep the animals there, but we just want the infection gone, because we don't want the infection getting into our cattle herds every year like it used to be. We don't want to go back to that stage.
I think one of the main things that challenges me and my behaviours as a hunter, and that's about respecting the access that I've got to hunt at this place and not abuse another property by taking it there and potentially infecting that area as well. So I think as a hunter we need to own that, and we need to change our habits so that we can assist in the stop of the spread of TB in our regions where we live and where we take our meat from.